Tyler, just talk about where you are in the process of just onboarding as a rookie in the NFL and where you are with the Cowboys and just some of the mentorship, Tyler Smith, some of these other guys.
I've really just been enjoying the process overall. Like, I couldn't ask for a better room of vets. Like, we're a younger room, but there's still a lot of experience within there, so they can relate to what it's like to be a rookie. Like, even guys like TG, he's helped me out a lot. T. Steele, Brock, like everybody, literally everybody, Cooper. Like, I just really appreciate all their guidance along the way, and they've definitely made this process easier for me.
As the first few weeks of being, or month or so being a pro, has that lived up to what you might have expected it would be?
Definitely. I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love school. I graduated in 3 years, but I'm glad that my life is just straight football now.
You've taken a lot of the first team reps. You've got Terrence to your right and Cooper to your left. What do you early on make of the chemistry that you guys are building there and these snaps you're getting together?
We're building great chemistry, and it's just like I said earlier, like having guys with experience right next to me. So if I ever have a question right before the snap, they're able to help me out and lead me in the right direction. But I'm trying to make sure that that doesn't become a habit. You know what I mean? I'm very prideful in knowing the offense, and I want to make sure that I'm not holding this room back by any means. So I'm definitely in my playbook a lot to make sure that I'm not going to hold the offense back.
Is minicamp tough at all for you, as just because the physicality is so low, and you know what you have to do, how much you have to control yourself in that way?
Not necessarily. The way we approach minicamp is similar to how we did things at Alabama. Obviously not as long, but we were still out there going against each other without helmets, and we're still getting great work in. So Alabama has definitely prepared me for minicamp.
Shadi said that there was potentially one drill at one point where you said, hey, like, if you're going to block me, you got to, like, hold the bag right and stuff like that. How important is it to have the other guys you practice with do things right to help you as well?
Definitely. Like, you got to give a great look. You know what I mean? I'm a rookie, so I'm always the first one. Me and AJ are always the first ones to grab a bag, and I got to make sure I give those guys a great look because we're going to need everybody on Sundays.
Can you compare and contrast the coaching styles between Shadi and Saban?
They're two very different people. Coach Saban, he did things the way he did for years, and he has success broken down to a science. And Coach Shadi, he's on his journey of creating success. So they're in two different stages. I had both of them at two different stages of their career, so it's really hard to compare and contrast. They're both great coaches, and I love playing for both of them.
Obviously, Zach Martin gone, and Tyler Smith really taking a leadership role in this offensive line. What's it been like to kind of coexist with him and just watch him as a leader with this group?
I've been watching Tyler Smith a lot, you know, just even going back to last year and the year before that, watching some of his games, seeing how he could progress from his rookie year to last year, and he's just progressed a lot. So I'm just always asking him questions, like being an annoying little rookie, you know what I mean? But that's the only way I'm going to get better. So I appreciate him for leading me and guiding me through this whole process.
From the coaching staff to having conversations with Tyler Smith and some of the other guys, one thing that keeps popping up is your football IQ and how high that is. Just talk about how you're approaching the mental aspect of getting ready to be a rookie in the NFL.
Yeah, the more you know football, the slower the game becomes, and especially at this level, the game moves so fast. So you have to make sure that obviously you know what's going on as far as like what the offense is doing, but you also have to have a good idea of what the defense is going to do, and that's something that I'm still trying to learn and pick up on. But my football IQ, that starts back to IMG Academy when I had Coach George Hegeman. He actually played here years and years ago. My other offensive line coach, Trey Thomas, he played for another team in the National Football League. And yeah, both of them have just gave me a great foundation of like, okay, whenever three technique lines up like this, expect this, just giving me that next level. And then obviously having Coach Saban, Coach Wolf, Coach Cap, Coach DeBoer, coaches with all great football IQ. So just picking up little things from all of them, and that's definitely contributed to my football IQ.
You're obviously so prepared, but has there anything surprised you so far about the NFL?
The one thing that has surprised me, nothing really. I feel like I've really been prepared for this stage when I got in Alabama, and I'm not saying that like I know everything and I'm arrogant, like okay, I know everything to expect, but to this point really haven't been surprised because I've had a lot of great leadership from my coaches and even some of my former teammates of what it's like to be on this level. And then also, like I mentioned, those guys in the room have also helped prepare me, like okay, tomorrow we're going to be doing this, make sure you go over this. Like I have a great room of vets and great room of coaches that help me along the way.
Has there been anyone outside the building that you've relied on to kind of help prepare you to in the last few weeks, or someone you bounce ideas off outside of this building?
Probably J.C. Latham. That's one of my best friends in the world. We've gone to high school and college together. So just asking him, like, okay, how was your first OTA? How was your first rookie minicamp? How was your first minicamp? So just asking him a bunch of questions, and that's somebody that I essentially grew up with, and I trust him a lot. So to have somebody who I'm so close with go through this experience before, it's really helped me.
What are you seeing from these running backs?
The running backs are really dynamic, and something I appreciate about our running backs that's very similar to what we had about Alabama. They take a lot of pride in pass protection. So, like, I got to shout out my boy Jam. He was really serious about pass protection, and that's what made him such a great back for us at Alabama. And I see the same things with all the backs on this team right now. Like, they care about pass protection. So, the more willing they are to block, the more that opens up things in the offense, and the more they get the ball eventually.
When you go from Saban to DeBoer to now Shoddy, can you pick out a common thread so far that maybe DeBoer and Saban had that Shoddy's kind of displayed now in your time?
They're all super competitive, and they show it in different ways. Like Coach Saban, he let you know that he wanted to win. DeBoer, he showed you that he like really enjoyed, like he still really wants to win too, but he showed it in a different way. Like he saw, like brought out the joy in winning. And then I feel like Shoddy's another another great competitor. So I'm very excited to go through a season with him and many more to come.
What are some of the things that Clayton Adams and Connor Riley have taught you up to this point that are starting to stick with you in these reps you're taking?
Something that Coach Riley and Coach Adams have taught me so far is just really see the whole picture. Like I mentioned, the speed of the game has been sped up so much from college to the NFL. So them telling me to see the whole picture and be like, okay, like obviously you have to see the three technique of the two are in front of you. Well, where's that linebacker aligned? Where's that safety aligned? What's going on the other side? Like how is that in playing T still? Like those are all things I have to take into account pre-snap. And the more reps I get, like during mini camp and OTAs, like the more I start to see the whole picture, and that's definitely helped me improve to this point. Thanks, y'all. Have a great day. Appreciate y'all.